Hello everyone, welcome back to another review video. In this video, I'm going to be unboxing the Retro KLM 747 in-flight airport playset. So, yes, I did just say unboxing. Usually for the in-flight playsets are kind of hard to do a specific unboxing for, considering that usually all of the pieces are kind of crammed inside of the boxes and I can't really fit them back in. And also because of the bags and stuff that the vehicles and the plane comes in. But I recently just got this model off of eBay for Christmas, and it was technically new condition off of eBay for around $25. So I did open it and take the plane out, but everything is still in their plastic bags, so which is why I will consider this an unboxing video. So all the vehicles and signs are still inside of the box and stuff, so I will take those out after I do the review of the box. So a little bit of information about this model. It is actually a pretty rare model, especially to find new condition, and it is not very well known. I never actually knew about it until about a year or two ago, and I don't think there are many images of it either. So this model was only distributed as far as I know of, it was mostly only distributed as an in-flight playset. It is possible that it was distributed also as a large playset, but it was mostly only sold as an in-flight playset, like the one I have right here. It was sold in, or distributed in, probably around 1993, the same time when Realtoy first started making their first models, like the Battleship Gray 747. As you can probably tell from the box art of the airport playset and stuff, which is pretty much exactly the same like it is on the Battleship Gray 747. So this was the first KLM model made by Realtoy, and what is kind of funny is the fact that I have gotten the Retro 747 before the newer version of the 747. So unfortunately, I still do not have that model, but I hope I'll be able to get one soon. But so yeah, the KLM 747, the newer one, is probably one of the most well-known 747s that Realtoy has made. It definitely has become a lot more rare as the years have progressed after it was discontinued. So I definitely would consider it a really rare model. But the Retro KLM 747 probably is a little bit more rare, but they both are becoming more and more rare as the years progress. So, and the last thing I would like to mention about this particular playset, is that this is also the first one in my collection that is distributed by this company. And the distributor of this model is Nickname, which, if you can see it down in the bottom corner, which is also a distributor for the Realtoy models in the pretty much when Realtoy first came out. And there aren't many models that were that this company distributed for Realtoy. But the few that I know of is pretty much only the KLM, the Retro 747, and the Caledonian 767, and probably a couple others, but I can't really name them off the top of my head. So, so starting off with the review of the top of the box. So, up the top there is the KLM, the old KLM logo, and then the airport playset in their old, kind of in their 1993 look, and then the worldwide reliability with the KLM and Northwest logo, which is very common to see on all of the older KLM liveries. And there is a really nice picture of the KLM 747, which the registration number on this one is PH-BFO, which that 747 most likely now has been scrapped, unfortunately, but KLM did have their 747-400s for quite a long time. So and then down at the bottom there is the Nickname logo and then the item number. So same thing on the side with the KLM logo, and then airport playset and then die-cast metal and plastic parts. And then on the back of the box, which this box kind of is a little bit, might be a little difficult to tell which side is the front and the back, but usually the box art image is always on the back of the box, which would mean that the front is, of course, where the picture of the KLM 747 is. But the in-flight playsets are always kind of on because of their setup and stuff, and they're always pretty small. I mean, compared to my hand and stuff, the boxes are really small, and they always have a lot crammed into them, so I can never fit everything back inside the box once I take it out, which is why the plane is not in there with the vehicles. So but anyway, on the back of the box, up the top is the KLM logo and the airport playset again, and the KLM and Northwest Worldwide Reliability again. And then there is the Retro KLM 747 on the back as well. And for some reason, the KLM logo looks pretty big compared to the actual plane, because if you look at the picture, it is relatively small on the nose of the plane, the front. The size of the tail is relatively normal, but definitely the KLM logo near the front of the plane is definitely kind of odd, considering that the lettering is really big and the crown is also kind of the size isn't really correct for the crown as well, but it's kind of interesting. And then there are also the older design for the vehicles. So overall, it is a really interesting box art image. And then there's the nickname logo and item number, and then all the other things that are normally in all the other boxes. So this is one of the only boxes I've seen that actually doesn't say the die-cast metal and plastic parts and stuff on the front or the back of the box. It only says it on the specifically the top and the sides. So but that pretty much is all of the review for the box. So like I had mentioned before, everything pretty much is still inside of the box, all of the vehicles and stuff. So I will not do any specific video of I will not film myself opening these. I will kind of just do it all separately. But so pretty much here is the entire playset. As you can see, it was a lot that was crammed into this pretty small box. So I will pause the video real quick and take all of the vehicles and planes and the plane and the signs and stuff, take them out of their bags. So I've taken everything out of their plastic bags, and the first thing I want to mention about this model is that this is such a nice model, and definitely one of my new favorites in my collection, and definitely one of my new favorite Realtoy models just in general. This is a really nicely detailed model, and especially for it being made in 1993, this is definitely one of the nicest models out there. And I'm really not trying to brag or anything, but pretty much everything about this model is really pretty much perfect. I just looked at it before I started the video, and everything about this model really is perfect. How the stickers are aligned. There literally are no spots peeling off on the stickers, except for this really little spot on the tail right here in this corner, but it really isn't too noticeable. But all the stickers throughout the fuselage are not peeling off, and they have no ripples in them. They are perfectly aligned and really nicely detailed, and the cockpit windows are also perfectly straight. They are not any crooked at all. There are no scratches on the plane, and also, of course, as you can see, it stands perfectly flat, unlike in my most recent video of the United 747 tulip livery, which is falling on the rear of the plane. So, so I definitely recommend you getting this model if you see it on eBay or anything. I don't recommend getting the $250 one, but from Japan. But if you definitely see one of these on eBay either really good condition or new condition, I highly recommend you get this model because this is a really nice model. Yeah, so, well, starting off with the review of the front of the plane. So, up at the front, there is the KLM logo right there with the crown, and like I just mentioned earlier about the logo on the box art, see how the KLM logo is a lot smaller than it is on the box. The box makes it look like it's probably like 7 times bigger than it actually is on here, or probably like 10 times bigger. Then there is the really nice dark blue stripe, which pretty much is one of the main parts of the old livery, which runs along the entire side of the fuselage. Then there is, at the top there, the KLM in Northwest Worldwide Reliability logo, right there at the top. And then there is a registration on the back, which what is kind of interesting about my model in particular, I don't think it's probably for every model, but could just be the way this one was, the stickers were printed on this one. But the left and right side where the registration number is, they do look completely different. The right side, which is this side right here, it says PH-BFC, or it looks like it says BFC, but then on the left side, it says PH-BFG. So I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be BFG, which that's what I'm going to guess it is. But if you remember from me mentioning it earlier on the box art image, or not the box art image, but the real picture of the KLM 747, it is PH-BFO. So, which is kind of odd considering that it looks like there are 3 different registration numbers for one plane. But yeah, I don't really have anything to say about that. That's definitely going to be a mystery about this model. But other than that, there's a registration number and then the Dutch flag there as well. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's the Dutch flag because it's Royal Dutch Airlines. And then on the tail, the really distinctive KLM tail with the white tail, and then the KLM logo right there, and then the crown on the top as well. So, and then on the bottom of the plane, there is the Realtoy logo right there, and the distinctive Realtoy landing gear, and then the nice silver undercarriage right there. So, there are nothing on the engines or the winglets, but I don't think they really need anything to be on them, because this model definitely is pretty much perfect just how it is. And like I just mentioned before, I highly recommend you getting this model if you ever see it on eBay, because it is definitely a really nice model. So definitely one of my new favorites. And so that pretty much is all of the review for the plane. So well, moving on from the plane to one of the vehicles, I will start with the bus. So as you can see, the bus doesn't say anything related to KLM. It pretty much is just like the International Airlines bus. So with the distinctive yellow roof, and then the International Airport on the side, and the International logo on the side as well, and then the blue stripe that goes along the bottom. And then there is the number on the vehicle number on the roof and also on the sides, which is 27. So I definitely like these buses a lot better than the more modern ones that come in a few playsets. I kind of like, this bus looks a little bit more realistic than the other buses. But so moving on from the bus to the cart vehicle. So this one is also just the International Airport kind of design. There is no distinctive things for KLM in particular. So that's the hood of it is pretty much just yellow, and the back is blue with the International Airport and then the logo on the on there as well. International Airport on the side, and then the stripe that goes along the back, kind of the reflective stripe. So it is still nicely detailed though. especially for being 30 years old, definitely still is in really great condition. And also for the plane also, considering that none of the stickers are peeling off, even though the model is 30 years old. So I am really impressed with the design and detail that this model has, considering it is 30 years old. It is definitely a really nice model, and I really wish this was more of a well-known model. But hopefully after I post this video, it will become more well-known to people. So, but yeah, so moving on from those to the pushback vehicle. So, these are not very common to find in playsets, but these seem to be common to find in in-flight playsets, though, for some reason. But they are kind of more hard to find in like normal playsets, or especially modern playsets. One of the main modern ones that I know that have these in them is the WestJet and JetBlue. But other than that, I'm not sure if any other playsets have this vehicle in it. But so, just like the last two, this one does not have anything distinctive for KLM. It is just the international airport. Except this one does not have any actual, like, blue design on it. It just has the yellow top there, and then the white sides. So, an international logo, and then the number there, which is 8. And the number for the cart also was 3. And then, yeah, so that pretty much is all that, and then there is the little piece that comes to it for, to attach to the plane. But, so, moving on to the actual KLM vehicles, or the carts. So, the only thing about these, they do kind of come off pretty easily. But, so these are the only actual KLM vehicles that come in it. So, these are the 2 carts that go along with the, cart vehicle. So these have the distinctive KLM logo with the retro stripe on the side as well, and then it also has the international kind of theme to it with the bottom part of it as well. And then you of course can attach both of them together, and both of them are the same exact cart. So I like how it comes with 2 of them instead of just having 1. So but I do wish the other vehicles were specifically related to KLM, but they still are really nicely distinctive as well. So, moving on to the last part of the playset, which are the fuse signs. There is the older version of the emergency sign, and then the telephone, and then the windsock sign. Another really distinctive part about this playset is the 2 baggage, kind of signs that come in a couple playsets. So, what is really interesting about these is the fact that the colors are actually switched from the more modern versions, or the newer versions. Normally, the yellow one, which is yellow for this playset. Usually, this one is actually blue, and this one is yellow. But I guess for the older ones, they actually were switched, and this one is blue, and then this one is yellow. I'm not sure if that is for all of them, but it's kind of interesting. I never really actually knew that. So. But that pretty much is the whole review for the whole playset. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please remember to like and subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment about this model. One last thing I would like to mention about this playset before I end the video. This playset was, the plane was actually also, this was the model that came with the Northwest and KLM worldwide reliability thing. Since they did have an alliance with each other, they did have a specific playset that was made particularly for those 2 airlines, which came with the Retro KLM and then the Northwest bowling shoe livery. Those 2 models came together in one playset, which is actually the only playset that was ever made that was like that. So I really would like to get that playset. I do already have both of the models now, with the Retro KLM and then the Northwest Bowling Shoe Livery 747. I do now have both of those models, but it would really be cool to have the playset for both the Northwest and KLM 747 together. So, since it is a very distinctive playset and a really unique one as well. So, and the only one like it. So, but that pretty much is all for today's video. So, thank you so much for watching, and remember to like and subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment about your thoughts about this model, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.